Board games, board games, it's what I'm talking about. Board games, board games, I'm not gonna shout it. I am starting off this streaming with a little bit of singing. And over here, I am in my seat, and on the ground, I've got one of my feet. I am going to do some drawing of cats and things after I'm done singing. This is for my Patreon. I'm going to sing about them in this song. Each month I'm meant to draw some stuff, and people vote on which they can't get enough, and then I draw more things similar to those, and so it will mutate, and so it grows. And I might one day be drawing board games, it's and I'll be chatting while I'm drawing. Board games, it's what I'm talking about, maybe. Board games, I'm not gonna shout, definitely. Hello and good morning, and or good evening, or good afternoon, or good whatever it is, wherever you are, whenever you watch this. I hope you're having a good day. Today is episode 303 of Busy Beats and Board Game Blether. And today there will be a little bit less board game blether than usual. Today I'm going to be drawing cats, and yeah, cats like things. We'll see how that works out. Yeah, I've got Patreon that I'm very behind on, and yeah, I'm going to be drawing a few pictures whilst chatting about this and that. That is what's going to be happening today. And hello, Michael. It is super lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you are generally okay. Have you had anything good happen to you recently? Let us talk about that. Let us talk about, as I always do, let's start off with some recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights. Recent highlights, playing games and other delights. Recent highlights. So, yeah, what have you been enjoying? Hello, Yoda. It is lovely to see you as well. Thank you for joining us. And so, yes, what have you been up to? Yesterday, I tried teaching parents. Actually, no, that's not. Let's try to focus on the positive. I went for a walk. It was a beautiful sky. Oh, it's Kelly Lee and Ben. I hope that you're well. It's lovely to see everyone. Thank you for joining me. Oh, and yeah, we're just talking about recent highlights. So what have you been enjoying? I went for a bit of a walk yesterday. The clouds were lovely. That was nice to see. It was kind of a mottled effect. I look out in the morning, it was all mist, it was all fog, and today I look out into yonder and it's all a blank white sky, maybe, I don't know, 25% grey, something like that. There's not a lot of variation in the colour, but when it's blue with those cirrus clouds strung across, like someone's taken a giant fork and just scattered the clouds everywhere, and it's like a plowed field or something. The beauty of, yeah, the sky. Also, we played a couple of rounds of Rummy. Really not a game I like, but you know, it was nice being with the family. Yeah, I had a lovely meal. I did manage to get myself out this morning, and yeah, what else? That was pretty much it. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I'm sure there might have been something else, but that is what comes to my mind. So let's talk about you. And hello, Bones John. It is lovely to have you with us. Sorry, I should say, because you know it is a community, and thank you everyone who's popping in. And Michael had their first beer of 2021. I mean, I hope that this is a highlight. I mean, as long as it's not going to lead to a slippery slope of you having like 20 beers a day or something. I mean, if you've if you, I mean, I honestly, I don't want to get too dark, but obviously there are people who struggle with alcohol abuse, and if you are one of them, then I hope that you're able to keep it under control. But as long as you engage with these things in a healthy manner, that's what it's all about. It's the same as anything. Like, yeah, is it like, can you have an unhealthy relationship with comics? Sure, if you're spending more money than you have with comics, if you spend more money than you have on board games can get pretty unhealthy. If you're like, hey, you're not my friend unless you play a board game, that's pretty unhealthy. I mean, this is all hypothetical. If you start saying to someone, hey, we can't hang out and talk, we need to play a board game, but yeah, it sounds good. Okay. And it was pretty nice. A grapefruit Weiss beer. Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm just looking up at the mead that I've got up there. I just know that, there's something special about keeping it sealed. I think that, am I wrong or am I right? That thinking once you open it, you can't store it. How many years can you store a bottle of mead? I don't know. How many years can you store a bottle of mead? Would it still be good next year? If I choose not to have it this year necessarily, maybe I will have a shot, or could I have a shot and then would it stay good for another year? But yeah, that sounds lovely. I'm going to have a wee drink myself, but just of water. I really should cut off these labels one day. There we go. Stop giving people free advertisements on this show. Let's get that off. Get that off. Okay. Yep. It is just a bottle of water. There we go. And don't worry, I've got another one. But then I'll have to probably do some more. Yeah, I don't see a seam, so maybe oh, there it is. Yeah, guess I'll be. Ooh. Yeah, what's your thoughts on kind of showing, like, if you're drinking something, if you're drinking a can of something that you really enjoy, I think it's fair enough to kind of share that joy with someone. But if you're just using empty bottles and you just happen to be using these empty bottles for the better part of a year, at some point, it's like, yeah, let's not just keep promoting them forever. Do you know what I mean? Let's try and get this off if it can come off. Come on. Okay, so I found out yesterday from someone that a beer can won a wrestling contest once. If you get beat up by a beer can, is that alcohol abuse? I would say that's alcohol abusing you. Subtly different, but and apparently Idol Michael is talking all about it. And I do apologize. You might have to mute this just for a moment while I finish getting this flappy bit off. There we go. Okay, now it says an unbranded bottle. Now it says just a bottle, nothing to see here except for water. Nothing to see here, folks. Michael, okay, let me ask one ridiculous question. What is... Yeah, I've got nothing. I mean, I would like to know about that. Great commercial for water. Yeah, water. Great stuff. Yeah. True story. I had a dream last night. I had a weird dream. I think it might have been last night. I think it might be a recurring dream where I've got a sort of... I come out of the house and then there's a flood. Now, we live kind of halfway up the hill, so only when I wake up do I realize, hey, wait a minute, if it's basically up to our door, everyone else must be already flooded. And it's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And then I start, yeah, that's my dreams. Let's move past that. If anyone wants to share any recent highlights, then go ahead. Otherwise, let's get to the questionably quick questions. What questions would you like to ask me? I always ask myself, what time is it and where am I? It is 10:11 and I am in Glasgow on a third-story building. That is all the information you're getting from me. So, other questions. What am I doing today? Well, today I've got a bag. Here, my bag is red, but this bag contains all sorts of pens. I've got a brush, I've got some more brushes. I don't know what I'm going to do with these brushes. I've got some pencils. I probably won't use the pencils. Maybe I'll try and concentrate on some of the colours that I don't like. So the way that this works, and I'm just using up time until someone asks me a question, but the way this is going to work, as I said in the song, is every month I want to kind of draw a bunch of pictures. Then people are going to vote which is the best one. The one that has been voted on as the best is going to then get mutated in some various ways. And then each month, maybe, the way that I mutate it might be like I just draw inspiration from the colors, or I draw inspiration from the medium, or I draw inspiration from the subject matter, or whatever. I don't know what will happen. And then I will possibly see how it changes. It's inspired by those AIs when they kind of do algorithmically generated stuff. And it's also inspired by a wee picture that I have on the wall that there's too much stuff in front of it. I'm not going to show you, but it's of a tiny ghost-like creature in an umbrella. And I bought that from someone who had painted probably about 20, 30 pictures identical to it. And it got me thinking, this is interesting. When you're painting something over and over, at that time, I think I romanticized it a wee bit, but I'm sure that it would just get really laborious and boring. But the way that when people buy something, it's like, okay, the thing that people buy, you make more of that, you see how quickly it sells, and it's kind of like very much in this tiny microcosm, the market is dictating what the art is. But then when you do the same thing hundreds of times, it is going to become mutated and vary just a wee bit. And that was basically the idea behind my Patreon, which I started. And so, yeah, that's it. Hello, Hal. Good to see you. And lovely. And I hope you're having a good morning. And Joan says that they have been to Falkirk. Tabletop Gaming Scotland, great place. Anyway, I'm going to move my laptop. Let's see. I'm going to set up a wee camera, by which I mean my mobile phone. I'm going to wonder, why do I just leave everything to get wet, and all these pictures that are just crumpled in my... where can I put these? Maybe I put them up here. Oh, yeah. And let me talk about, before I start, brilliant things. What's a little thing which is brilliant? I am going to talk about, little hand-drawn messages. And I got this lovely message from someone because I wanted to order the Goblin Guard Pick Your Path Adventure. And I'm not going to go through everything that led to me getting this, but basically someone was really lovely and sent me these things, and I read through this, and you start off going through a door, and do you charge in or do you open it quietly? And that's the first adventure, and honestly the adventure might be over in 4 pages. You can see it's a very thin thing. I need to check with them. I think there might be a slight mistake, and these pages 20 onwards are literally inaccessible. Each page, it's got like a big illustration and quite a bit going on, and so you always have the wee spread. The typography is nice. It's lovely, joyful artwork, and yeah, that's what I'm going to say about that. The Goblin Guard, Pick Your Adventure, side quest book. Possibly check it out if that's of interest to you. So, yeah. Is it All Shades of Green? Let me actually, I'm fairly sure it is. I'm fairly sure it's, how many colours? I think it's a lot of colours though. Yeah, when I'm looking carefully, there's a lot of colours. They all happen to be green, but there are a lot of colours. It's not, wait a minute. That's, yeah, it's a dull greenish grey on that part. I'm not going to try and, but yeah, it is basically all green. He looks a bit like Pickle Gherkin. Yeah, I can see that. And yeah, if you want to check that out, then there's the website, slowquest.com. I would encourage you to check out Bodhi on, if you like the look of that artwork, then check it out on Instagram and check out what Bodhi's up to. Some lovely drawings that are frequently posted, but not too frequently. I don't like these accounts that do multiple pictures in one day. I mean, if you've not posted for many days on Instagram and then you do a few pictures in a day, then fair enough. But rightio. Well, fast quest is passé. Let's all slow quest instead. Okay, this is my not being prepared, and also, yeah, not quite having enough space to leave everything permanently up. Let's see, can I get... Here's my book. This is the book upon which I will be drawing. That's a quick thing that I did. That was how I christened the book. And I'm going to be doing a bunch of things. I will see how this happens. I'll be looking at the chat. That is the end of my brilliant thing. Yeah. That is basically it. If you want to comment, ask questions, follow, then yes, please do chat to me. And I am very happy is an understatement. I will be excited and delighted. Why is that spinning? I will, to answer any questions that you might have about board games, silly questions about life, or you know how it is. Be respectful, but you all know where the line is. You are all excellent people. Man, I wish I'd seen... I heard that someone won some sort of award. Was that Yoda? Some sort of Chat King Award. And Yoda won the Chat King Award of 2021, I want to say. That's quite exciting in Idol Michael's stream. I feel like I want to watch that stream to at least skim through to try and work out what that's all about. My mobile phone's entering the thing. Exciting. Why is it not? There we go. Okay, what are people saying? What's the best game that made me laugh the most? Okay, let me just pop this in here, and that is not going to quite work, is it, on that side? Maybe this way. I'm trying to think of games that have made me laugh. I mean, am I allowed to talk about a game wherein you blether? I am very biased because I made it. But yeah, a game wherein you blether, just hearing all the crazy stories that people come up with, that's quite fun. And honestly, with sometimes with games when it's like, oh my gosh, I managed to talk people into doing these crazy things and seeing what people are willing to do and pushing it a little bit. I think that generally the things that make me laugh the most are player-generated content. So, yeah. So, I can't think of a better example than a game wherein you blether, and I hate being so, what's the word I'm looking for, kind of self-promotional, aggrandizing, blowing my own trumpet. But yeah, I would, honestly, a game wherein you blether, Scottish women need to talk at length for the vast rate without necessarily making very much sense, using as many words cards as possible as you spout a stream of consciousness, trying to before the timer runs out. It's that one. Yoda says, I am the internet chat champion. This is how the... That looks alright to me. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's possible, right? I mean, maybe if I turn it a wee bit more. Maybe I should just leave it like this and just get it into portrait mode. Does that work? No, now it's about to fall over. Unless I put... I've got this one weight. Okay. Oh no, the middle of the weight is too high. That doesn't work either. You see, this is the live tomfoolery and disorganization. It's like, you know, the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. This would be the disorganization of Behruz Shahriari. Yoda is our current champion of the chat. Oh, tell us more about this championship. How do you become champion of the chat? And how does someone else steal the title? How would someone else steal the title? That's what I'm excited about. I mean, as soon as there's a title, yeah, it's like, okay, I'm competitive. Is this a title that I can win? Is this a title that I really care about winning? Is this a title that how can I... Yeah, let me know, Michael. Come on, don't swing. There we go. This works to some degree. I think that works enough. And hello, J Folsguard, it is lovely to see you. Bones John says, do you have a link to your game? It is sadly not out yet, but a game wherein you blether, let me... That is that. Hello, Wolf Wild. It is lovely to see you. I need a way for people to spend their channel points, 10k, and you get the championship. However, you may only claim the belt when I am streaming. Ah, I like that. I like that. Okay. That's a really interesting game. Okay. Nice. Apparently, Idol Michael. Do you know how much more Idol Michael respects Dutch Yoda now that Dutch Yoda has spent those 10,000 channel points? Infinitely more. Wow, those are strong words. Those are really strong words. Okay. Let me actually get my Twitter up to look at the picture that I am meant to be drawing inspiration from. Actually, let's not do that. Let's share screen with the actual picture. That, oh no, actually, yeah, let's do the Twitter. That feels like it might be easier than going onto my desktop. Yeah, this is a weird world, isn't it? Where in order to So this is a picture that Chris composited for me. And it features some drawings that I did previously. The wee cat is the one that was deemed the best one, and so I am drawing inspiration from the wee cat. But the other pictures that you see, the black and white figures, the spirals, the stripes, the lady holding a teapot, and the naked lady in an ice cream cone, those were the kind of runners-up. So I might incorporate some elements of them. But yeah, there's going to be some sort of catness to these pictures, I guess. So yeah, I'll keep that in my mind, and I'll be like, okay, what is some way of doing a picture based on these? And it's like, yeah, what is a way to do a picture based on these? And let me put this. Oh no, now it's all. Now you can't see anything, can you? Let me. Can you see my pencil drawings? This is really problematic. This is why I love the wee cat. Oh, thank you very much, Bones John. So this is. It might be that given my bad lighting, you might not be able to see these perfectly. I will try my best, but can only do so much. Putting a lamp right here. Can you even see my pencil marks? I can't see my pencil marks there, can you? I think it's slightly better with the lights off. But yeah, you'll just have to trust me when I say I'm drawing a wee cat and it's going to be holding a teapot, because that seems like appropriate for a little start. So maybe there's a cat, maybe it doesn't have human hands, maybe it's just magically got a teapot in front of it. I don't know what's going on with this teapot. It's got like a wee, yeah, maybe it's a chunky teapot. Or maybe it has 3 paws, maybe it has 3 fingers. Illustration is a great game for drawing and miscommunication. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think it's really nice when you've got a game that is able to take advantage of the when a mistake from a human is funny. I think that's a really good thing. So there we go. There's the 3 fingers around the teapot, and there's a little doop, 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 doop. Oh man, I did too close to the edge of the page, and this doesn't. Yeah, this isn't a teapot at all. Maybe it's a steaming mug of, I don't know what this is, cocoa or coffee or tea. You can pretend yourself. It could be anything. Maybe it's tea. Maybe it's coffee. Maybe there's some marshmallows in it. I don't know. Should there be marshmallows? I'm just going to draw some wavy steam lines. There we go. That's what it's all about. And then there's my wee cat who's got my wee 3-fingered cat. I don't know why it's got 3 fingers. Yeah, I really don't know. I probably should have started off drawing the yeah, I should have started off drawing the figure of the cat before I started, but hey, hindsight is 2020. I'm just going to carry on and make no claims about the quality of any of these pictures. Yeah, that's my way of saying, haha. Is there any chance he can draw with a thicker pen? No, this is a pencil. I draw with the pencil before I do the pen. So I'm doing the pencil, and then I do the pen, and then I start on the colors. There's a process to this, Bones John. I appreciate what you're saying. I can show you this way though. There you go. This is the pencil work. Do you see that? That's the wee cat. It's a wee cat holding a cup. I'm not happy about the head, so I'll keep. I mean, with a wee pencil, I keep. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. So I think the cat should have like some slight. Maybe it's quite happy about this. What do you think? Should it have a furry like when I say bottom, I mean the chin. Like, should the head have a very bottom? Maybe it's like got a bit of a, maybe some side bits. Yeah, some side whiskers. That's going to be good. Yeah, let's go with some side whiskers. And let's not spend too much time on it. Let's try and get this picture done in the next, penciling done in a minute. And let's try and be a bit faster on this one. Yeah, I'm not happy with this, but hey ho, you know, nothing can be perfection. It's like, I don't know, you can never be 100% satisfied with anything you make, can you? Here's a cheeky wee smile on the cat. That looks good. I'm digging that. Okay, where's my pens? Where's my pens? Okay, so here's my bag of pens. I'll show you my bag of pens. So, should I do self-colored lines? Should I maybe... Oh, what's up with... This M should be... Yep, that might be good for the fur. Maybe an F for the wee lines. Is that... Yep, that's a pristine M. So sometimes, for myself, if I... Just to let you know, if I blacken the top of it, that's my way of telling myself that I've used it or that it's completely rubbish. I've got to... J Foolsguards has a friend with the last name Wee. Aw. And that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so people last time liked the greys. So let me get the greys. Actually, I'm just going to bung all my pens onto the table. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'll... Yeah, I might need red. Who knows? I'm going to stay away from the bright colours. I'm going to stay away from the bright colours today. So let me put back... You won't see that. You won't see that. I might use a pencil. That's not actually a pen. That's... Will I use peach? Maybe. Maybe a touch of peach. Yeah, Clay Rose, that's the one that's a wee bit darker. It's honestly a bit horrible on its own. It's weird also because right now, in this day and age, I'm also thinking I want to keep the brighter colours maybe for other things. So let's use the dull colours that I normally stay away from. Yeah, let me pack away all the colours that I like and then just use the colours that I don't like. That would be an interesting thing to do potentially. Okay, these are all the colours that I don't have that much love for. You can't see it, so let me... Can you see? These are all the colours. Yeah, there we go. All the colours, like the greys and the creams, and yeah, that is what I'm going to be focusing on. Me. Okay, let me get it back onto the pad. There we go. Okay. Lurk needs to focus on some work a bit. Well, thank you very much for leaving the lurk. I hope that you get some work done, and yeah. But the honk they give off is nasty. Yeah, don't go with Sharpies. Sharpies are not where it's at. It's all about these. The Stettler Permanent Slow-Mo Color. There you go. I'm not sponsored by them, but if they want to sponsor me, I would talk about them every day in return for a lifetime supply. I totally would. So when yeah. They've got their wee ones. The nice ones, like the bold, the fine, the medium, and the super fine. I'm not sure super fine red comes in super fine, but red comes in medium, bold, and fine for sure. Bold is my favorite because it's got the chisel tip, which I really appreciate. So, no, can you see that? let me show it to this camera. There, it's got the wee chisel tip. And so, and I'm using, in case anyone wants to know, Prismacolors, which have a sharp edge and a blunt edge. And its blunt edge is again a chisel tip. Chisel tip, it's what it's all about. Chisel tip, it's what it's all about. Chisel tip, I'm not gonna shout. Chisel tip. Yeah. Why would you want anything else? I do, as it happens, have two Sharpies in my pile. Put that back in the bag. Yeah, black and a grey. I don't know, Sharpies just aren't as good. I mean, they're overrated in my opinion. So, what colour should I start on the outline of the cat? What do you think? Brown? Maybe I'll go with something weird, like a... Let's stick to the greys. What's this, 70% grey? Let's go with that. Let's go with it. Stettler. If you want to see it once more, Stettler. That's how you... So if you want to copy it, I'm about to remove it. So, and John used to love using Copic, but they're expensive and not every colour is available. Yeah, you need to have a good variety of colours. So let's, yeah. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm just kind of trying to do something. I mean, that's the thing. Like, something is better than nothing, or is it? You know, then you get into the whole metaphysical, you know. And then, if I can try and get a wee bit of... Maybe there's a wee bit of... I feel like, you know, okay, I'm going to stick with just very simplistic colours, just stick to the greys, and yeah, let's just go with this and see how it turns out. I feel a lot of pressure drawing live in many ways. Feels like, oh my god, this is terrible, and everyone can see how terrible this is. But you know, that's just the way of the world. It's like we can all, and you know, I'm sure that there's people who are like, what are you talking about, Bez? This isn't terrible at all. And you saying that this is terrible is making me feel worse about my own drawing. And I just, yeah. I don't know, it's never as good as you want, is it? Like, I guess that's always the lesson in life. Nothing is as good as you want. That's as you're going forwards. I mean, you just can't quite get things to be perfect in the way you want. And it's like, what am I even doing? And sometimes it's, I guess that's also what this Patreon is meant to be about. Me starting up to draw more things and being like, yeah, maybe this is not the best one, but yeah. Let me do this kind of... It's a humanoid cat. It's kind of, yeah, I don't know what it's drinking. Maybe you should ask the cat. I mean, oh, thank you. I'm glad. That's kind of what I was going for. Like a sort of sedate, serene mood. And yeah, I really messed up with how close to the edge I got. But there you go. Let me scoosh this over so I've got a wee bit of place to rest my hand. And there we go. That's the bottom of the cup. There we go. That is the cup. Maybe there's a wee bit of liquid. I don't know. Maybe there's a wee bit of liquid. Maybe it's bubbling over. Maybe it's got some... Yeah, maybe the bubbles are rising. Maybe it's not... I don't know what drink this is. It's like a magical... Yeah. Now it just looks like there's a big tentacle coming out. That was a terrible choice, but hey ho, hindsight is 2020. Okay, let's maybe pop that back on. The cat's face to me says, I've just had my first sip of coffee and it's done its job. I drew a grey tiger with a bright pink nose once. Contrast is fun. Yeah, I know it is, but I've made my choice. Okay, I've got this one marker. I've got the clay rose. Okay, just for you, Bones John, I'm going to put a wee bit of, there we go, a wee bit of pink in it. Maybe it'll have wee pink cheeks. I don't know. Maybe I'll use that as a wee accent. Maybe it's got some freckles. That that looks cute. I like that. That was a good choice. As opposed to some other choices. Okay, there we go. I'm actually tempted to leave it exactly like that. I quite like the just whiteness of the cat. Maybe just a wee bit of shading. Maybe just a few pink highlights. Actually, this is maybe. Could I have some sorts of yellow? Green. Yeah, let's try this one. Oh, thank you, Bones John. That's very kind of you to say. That should have really been the highlight. Okay, let's pretend that the light is coming in from this direction. So the light is coming in from here, so there's going to be some light around here, and maybe some light around forehead and around the ears and all the edges. It's like, let's make it a wee bit more three-dimensional. Let's make it a wee bit more of a rim light. There we go. Okay, cat, you're starting to look like a thing as opposed to a drawing. Maybe there's... What was the original? It was the cool grey. What if I've got a... Let's go with this one for the other side. Does that look okay? Hello, Alex. Oh, it's lovely to see you. And, oh yeah, I'm going to change that maybe today, maybe tomorrow. So enjoy that thing while you can. I'm just answering any questions that people have. And so if you have any questions, then feel free to ask me anything. I mean, it's basically Bez drawing while Bez answers whatever people ask. And yeah, that's the theme of today. Bez drawing while Bez answers whatever people ask. Quite happy with this. That was a good choice. Thanks, Bones John. Bones John got me to use the pink, and then I feel like it's... Oof, that was a bit too much grey. Bad choice, bad choice. Ah well. Maybe a wee... Should I... Yeah, just a wee bit. Okay. I think that's enough grey for now. I would love to see a family cartoon staring at your cat. Not sure what you mean. Assuming it happens, do I think it will go to Nuremberg Toy Fair this summer? Wow. Man. If... Remind me, when is UK Games Expo and when is Nuremberg? I think I would go to Nuremberg because UK Games Expo will probably be a fun thing and help me sell stuff if the UK works. If I feel safe in going to Nuremberg, you know what? I could see myself going there, yeah, for sure. I'm not... If it happens, I would say probably... It's, again, really difficult to say, but I'm going to say probably I would go. That's my current kind of feeling. Oh, I don't have any... I want some more light greys. Oh, I don't have enough Just got all the blacks. That's sad. Yeah, that's not as light as I want. If anyone's curious, I just kind of make wee marks in the corner when I'm wanting to compare things. Toy Fair. Okay, so it's the week beforehand. I mean, is that responsible to go to Germany, to come back? Do you know what I mean? Like, I would have to think about that because it might be the case that going to more than one of them is quite irresponsible. But I'm still feeling like there's definitely some games where I'm really rubbish at pitching online. Yeah, let's put it this way. If 2 months before, so that's May, if in May I am able to start playtesting in real life, then that gives me plenty of time to make a game, to show to a few companies, and yep, I will go to Nuremberg at that point. And that feels, if things are so good that I can go to, yeah. Otherwise, I don't think that I want to go there. Yeah, I mean, let's not even talk about Gen Con. I'm almost wanting to call that done, but it's like, is that it? It's like, yeah, let me do a tiny bit more, maybe highlights on the cheek, and highlights on the forehead, highlight there, da, 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 da. Okay. I think I'm going to call that done. I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah. Let me actually bring it up to my laptop camera. So that one's slightly better. So this is the picture I drew. That's a picture. Oh man, that coffee stuff looks terrible, but let me just quickly bring back that. Let me do yeah, it's kind of, I'm going for like billowing clouds rather than tentacles. That's what I'm trying to evoke. Thank you, Michael. That's very kind of you to say. Getting that inky smell. Yeah, you can see the shading better on here. There we go. That done. So Alex says maybe if they're vaccinated, they might go somewhere. Yeah, that's the key thing, isn't it? Safety first. And wait a minute, this is not sharp at all. What's that all about? I need to sharpen this pencil. I'm going to bring over my bin just so I can have a. Wait a minute, I've also not got an up at all for any of my stretches. I should probably do that quickly. Let me just stretch my back. I noticed that this morning my knees were a wee bit sore, which isn't good. It's like, wow, I've just not cycled in so long and done a good bit of walking recently, but that's not good. Am I already getting old and decrepit? Oh, I'm glad. Because I just thought it kind of looks like a tentacle. Okay. Next, let me see what else this cat might inspire. Okay, looking at my old art. So maybe the cat. Okay, so the cat was the most popular one. So I'm taking the cat as the main inspiration. But maybe those spirals. So that was the cat mixed with the lady holding the teapot thing. Maybe I'll have a cat in an ice cream cone. That might be interesting. A cat in an ice cream cone. Let's go with that. Yeah. Let's have a cat in an ice cream cone. Okay, so randomly, not randomly, just to get myself started. Okay, cat. How is this cat going to work? Is the ice cream cone going to be held by a hand? I don't know. Maybe the ice cream cone's being held by a paw. And then sometimes I use my hand to kind of model um, what a thing would look like. So it's sort of like that, and then that. No, an ice cream cone's a bit thinner, isn't it? And then like that, and then maybe pinky going a bit further up. And this cat has opposable thumbs, or this human. Maybe it's a human. I don't know. Maybe it's a giant. Who knows what's going on? Someone's holding this ice cream cone, and there's a cat in it. That's what's going on. I yeah. I guess I'm going to model this off my own hand somewhat. Okay, so ice cream cone. There we go. Boom. Done. Next, now we draw the cat. Um, how is it going to go? Is it like going to be maybe maybe its cat is coming out, and maybe it's like just looking at you, and it's like, hey, what? Wait a minute. I just realized I need to make the things bigger. Um, I love the face below the cat with the eye drawn to each side of the face. Such a great art style. Oh, thank you very much, John. So like that. Okay. Yeah, I should do some cats like that. Okay, so let me try and make this bigger. And you can, I'm going to pick this up occasionally because there's light coming in from there, which is nice for me, but I understand it might be a wee bit too reflective for you. Um, how is this cat going to look? Is it going to have the wee um, demon spikes? Maybe give it a wee bit of, and then maybe yeah, get a wee bit more of a head shape. This is I think this is looking okay. I think this is looking okay. And then um okay, so there's the cat. I think that is the cat and the ice cream cone. Wait a minute. Need to draw the there we go. Big round cartoon kawaii eyes. There we go. The cat in the ice cream cone. Can you yeah, you can sort of see that there. I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy. Okay, so Alex asks, "What's my favorite dice mechanism?" Um, wow, that's wow, man. Now I have to ponder what are the dice mechanisms before I. Okay, I'm going. I know just for a moment. I'm going to double check my pens to sort out my pens. Okay, that's the F. That is bad. That's the F that I've used quite a bit. Okay, this is the only F that's fresh. And so I'm going to make a wee mark just to with another pen just to show that I have opened it. There we go. Wait, wrong pen. There we go. So, I guess what can you do with dice? You can roll them. You can. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling all the pressure of like inking something. That's. You know what? After this, maybe I'll draw another cat in an ice cream cone. You can roll them, you can place them on things, you can set them to a value. yeah, I feel like people are like, come on, Bez, you should know all the dice mechanisms. Um, yeah, I don't tend to like rolling stuff. I mean, would roll. I like rolling when it's about like I like Waggle Dance. I prefer Waggle Dance to almost any other dice game, just because in Waggle Dance, Mike Nudd did a thing where a 6 isn't better than a 1. It's just that it allows you to sort of do different things. I mean, to go to different places. And so, yeah, I like I like roll and move. I like a roll and move when it's done quite well. I mean, I know that it gets a bad rap, but and I'm trying to think of a roll and move game I actually enjoy other than Formula Day, and it's just it is such an obvious thing. Okay, you roll this, you move your thing, you get the ownership. I mean, there's something visceral about that. I'm probably, you know, this is going to be like the controversial statements of the day, but yeah, genuinely, there's something wonderful about that where you roll something and then, okay, what? Oh, thank you very much, Bones John. And okay, what's your favorite dice mechanism that you can think of off the top of your head? By the way, sorry, I'm kind of not always looking at the thing. Monopoly requires roll. I mm, mm, I kind of disagree. I think Monopoly would be better if it were, but Roland, if it were, I don't know, just everyone gets a bunch of things and then. Uh, no, actually, the roll and move it offers quite a simple way of saying, okay, this is you, this is where you are, this is your ownership, this is what you're doing in this game, this is yeah the piece that you control. I mean, for the kind of bad reputation that roll and move has in the hobbyist circles, and I do appreciate that. I'm not saying, hey, everybody, let's make a quiz game and then add roll and move to it, but there's a reason why roll and move in the mass market world it does kind of continue. It's not like it's totally evaporated from the world of mass market board games. I I don't know. It's just like at a point where you've got to die. Okay, like let's talk about backgammon. And I'm just going to draw these fingers a wee bit better so that I can not mess them up when I'm inking. So yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, backgammon. Yeah, like something like that. So as simple as, okay, here's a choice of multiple things you can move. How do you move them? Like something like that makes it an actual interesting game all of a sudden. And oh, I don't like these fingers, but I'm just going to roll with it. So yeah, roll and move. I think that people shy away partially because a lot of roll and moves games in the past have been bad. I'm going to argue that Senate, as far as I can understand the rules, seems like a quite rubbish game. I mean, Reiner Knizia's dice games, properly explained, I mean, honestly, like those games to me seem a bit rubbish. I'm not a fan of Stone Age, like going in and then yeah, having to come to the die to see like what you get. I don't like that. And so yeah, I'm going to say that. Oh man, no. Okay, I need some sorts of colour differentiation for the cat and the arm, I think, and something else for here. Where did I put the cap? Oh, there it is. Okay, I've got 3 fine pens. I think I put some extra pens in my bag just before I came up to Glasgow ages ago, because I was like, yeah, I'm going to want to draw some extra things. You know what I'll do? I might put the pens that I've not used yet over here. Yeah, those are the ones that I've not used, and then keep the ones that I have used in the bag. There we go. But it's interesting. It also reduces player choice, which can be a good thing. If you chose where you can go, sure. But Monopoly without roll and move, you don't necessarily just go, okay, I'm going to choose where I go. You say, okay, I'm going to. It could be flip and move. It could be any number of things. It could be you need to play these cards in a certain order. It could be, I don't know, let me try and be more moderately creative. Let me think of 5 things it could be. It could be not moving at all, and each turn you roll and randomly assign one property that you need to pay rent to, rather than moving around the boards. It could be roll and assign. It could, yeah, flip and move, play a number of cards. It could be, I mean, I'm imagining a world without the board. If there's no roll and move, you don't need to. That it could be that you spend there's some sort of queue, and then the thing to the front of the queue is what's going to be paid by the next person. It could be that. It could be that, yeah, it's just a rotating queue. This is the order in which you go through these things. It could be, yeah, that's for, what's the 5th one? That's not roll and move. It could be, man, I'm not really creative this morning, am I? It could be spit and move, like you spit, and then wherever your spit falls, that's wherever you got to go. Yeah, it could be flick and move. It could be flick and move. That would be a fun randomization to it. Like you flick and then that's a terrible idea. That would be a worse game. But I'm trying to think of things that might actually help it become better. I just thought of 5 alternatives. They don't totally need to be better. Yep, I agree with what Monopoly Deal's okay. I've not played Monopoly Bid, and yeah, that's a good point. Like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Totally changing the game. It's interesting how we all share the same interest in hobby games, but our tastes varied so much. Oh, it's a dance break. Excellent. And before I dance, Bez invents spit. I always wondered if giving the players the opportunity to select how they want to. Where's my pen cap? Keep your pens capped in, people. To select how they want to use the die in Monopoly as a way to make it more strategic. Like roll 2 dice and move A, move B, or move A plus B. Yeah. Yeah, so I really need to dance. Let's go. Dance break. So, yeah, Monopoly, it's a game. I mean, everyone knows that it's popular, and it's going to stay popular because of the. By the way, let me know, can you hear the engine and the motors outside? Like, there's all these engines and motors going on outside, and yeah, it's like, I don't know, someone's cutting their lawn. I'm actually going to get onto this chair. I can't see it, but maybe someone's cutting their lawn, because I live in a place where there is grass. There is grass. And yeah, that is what's going on. Yeah, Monopoly. Inertia. Yeah, that's, it's going to keep selling probably until for a long, long time. I definitely believe that, I talked to the guy in charge of Ticket to Ride, not the guy who designed it. It's like the Days of Wonder head person. The person I mean, like they were in London, they were doing this event, and I said, you know what, see, your standards are too high. You just need to reskin it and don't bother coming up with new rules. Just reskin it and get it out there. And it's like with this tiny game, like just honestly, I feel like Ticket to Ride, just with no changes, just have that basic version and just a few different, just a different map with literally no changes would be enough. Um, I mean, the more choice the players have over movement, the longer the game goes. Yeah, that's. You can also always change other things though. Yeah, 100%. And yeah, but yeah, I honestly believe that Ticket to Ride, they should just kind of. That was okay. Let me see. Okay, that's works there. Let's do the creases, the finger creases. There we go. And let's do the ice cream cone. Okay. Actually, I'm reasonably happy with this. But I feel like now. Okay. And maybe this is a. I'm using a wee bit of black to shade it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. That was probably a bad. Maybe I'll lean into it. Maybe I'll do some more scumbling of the lines and. Yeah, Tickets Right has the expansions that mix things up. There's the share dealing version. Yep, I think that might be the UK version. And look, what I'm saying is that their standards are too high. Like, look at Monopoly, the way that Monopoly is just reskinned, it can be done so easily. I'm sure that might already be selling an order of magnitude more than Ticket to Ride, but I do also believe that, yeah, Ticket to Ride, it could, let's say you had, like with that 20-minute version, that's the thing that people would actually play. And if you had Ticket to Ride, um, I, like just pick one city everywhere. Ticket to Ride Paris, Ticket to Ride Berlin, Ticket to Ride Hong Kong. I don't know. And like do all the things just like a wee map, just all of them exactly the same but with different maps. I think that would be, and I think that I don't know, but I think that would be enough. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe that would also destroy the. But I honestly, I'm looking forward to one day when more people are buying things, not just because. And I was talking to this one person. I'm not going to name names, but I was talking to this one person about couple, and I guess this is kind of a not an announcement exactly, but a sort of how should I put it? Let me go back to the medium pen and thicken up some of these wee lines, or maybe let's go fancy with the bold. Yeah, yeah. Why not go fancy? That was a terrible line. Oh man. Oh well. Lean into it. Lean into it, Bez. Make it thicker. Do it even thicker. Okay. So yeah, someone was talking to me about couple and saying that what I need to do is focus on it as an object, make it so that people are buying it not necessarily as a game, but as an object. Because, yeah, with Couple, where Miles has this beautiful art, and I will be showing it very, very soon. I don't mean literally today, I mean this month. I will be starting to reveal it. I will be doing some sorts of video for that tabletop gaming live thing. And anyway, so that couple, I was told, hey, this looks really good. What you want to focus on is make sure that people love this just as a
as an object, because so many people are going to not care about the game and just care about the object. And it's kind of sad, but that is the truth, and that is the nature of our reality, that most Monopoly is not bought as a game. It's never bought as, I mean, it's rarely bought as a game. Most people are like, okay, here's my big collection, check it out, check out what's going on here. And then sometimes it's a case of, okay, we've got, yeah. Oh, wait, I just realized I'm not showing you my thing. Sorry about that. I should avoid changing to the dance break camera. Um, yeah, like having a game like Ticket to Ride where people might buy it just for the facts. Like, yeah, what are people saying? Um, Ticket to Ride, yeah, Ticket to Ride Glasgow. Probably not what. Probably not. Probably not that. Probably not the underground. But sure, the bus route. Sure, there's like some things involving the Clyde. There's an interesting wee bit where you can't really get. Actually, you know what? The bus route, because of the way that the why did the Clyde? Sorry, because of the way that the Clyde, or a lot of the never. I want to say the west side. If you go a bit more towards the west side of Glasgow, it's surprising how far you need to go before there's a bridge. And so then you need to work out, and that would actually be really interesting how it is very much separated. I know that Glasgow was built on the Clyde, but at the same time, Glasgow was built around, it's kind of separated around the Clyde as well. Ticket to Ride All Day World Map Edition. No, that's thinking too big. Michael's got the right idea, like that. The advanced version of ships seemed to add too much. Ticket to Ride Advanced. In all seriousness, you know what I mean? Like if you had Ticket to Ride Glasgow, Ticket to Ride Aberdeen, just make them all. I mean, with Ticket to Ride, it's not Zug und Zug anymore. It's Ticket to Ride. You can make them all about the buses, make them about the bus routes, about whatever. And yeah, I think that it should be a bit thicker at the bottom. There we go. That's all right. I think that works as a picture. What do you think? No, I think that I said it was a bad choice, but actually I'm thinking I'll lean further into these heavy black lines now that I've started. So I'll finish. What's that show? But you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, people would buy it just because it's, hey, that's my city. Maybe I'll buy it. Ticket to Ride Toad Edition. I don't know. I guess that's like, what's that other game that Alan Moon made? Elfinland. I guess it would end up a bit like that. But yeah, it's like people buy it just for a souvenir, and then if they actually open it up, if they ever do something with it, then boom, they actually enjoy it. It's not just an object anymore. Now it's got this extra resonance, and so even if people are buying their games originally just as a memento, just as an object, then once they kind of see that extra bit, then boom. Yeah, that's what it's all about. You know what I'm talking about. And I do a Ticket to Ride Manchester. There's a local train and tram network that would work really well. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. And I know that well, when you say no one, someone's going to play it. Come on. And yeah, 100%. I like them as well. Alex, I like the wee ones as well. Alex owns Europe, UK, and London, so I'm waiting for them to release towns and villages next. Yeah, or go the other way and do the world map. So what am I doing? Um, let's have some brown. Let's have some deep browns for this cat. Maybe this cat is a really deep brown. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this cat. It's should I take if I had my phone free, I would take a photo, but yeah, that's I'm right with that cat. Um, there we go. This is a really dark brown pen, by the way. I know that it's probably looking almost black on the camera, but I guarantee you it's not black. It's totally different. But you kind of need to see it in real life. Um, and yeah, can some game? Hello, Ross. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. Ross wants tickets to ride for the streets, kicking cans down the road. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like let's go smaller. Let's go ants. Let's go ticket to ride ant edition. And then you've got like the ants marching around trying to find the food. Do you know what I mean? Ticket to ride Hamlet. You have to connect path. Oh, you have to connect garden paths. So you have. Oh my gosh, ticket to ride university campus. You know that thing where they had people having just a bit of grass and then not putting paths onto it, just leaving it for a year, seeing where people um, naturally move around. Um, Ticket to Ride Venice or Gondoliers, Not Trains, release date 14th of Feb. Is that actually 14th? I knew that Venice was coming out. I'm going to be honest, for myself, I've got New York, I've got London. Out of the two, I slightly prefer London, but I don't feel a need to get. I looked at Anna Vassenberg's one of what's that Netherlands place? You know, Amsterdam. Yeah, Amsterdam. That's the one. Amsterdam. Um, I thought they were doing, I thought they were doing some place with gondoliers. I heard something about that. Okay. Um, Ticket to ride electrons. I like that. Ticket to ride merry-go-round. Just one circle. They're called paths of desire. Oh, yeah. So like if you are in a grass, just make it where people want to do that. It's a very accurate joke. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. What color am I making these things? I have no idea. This is why I should draw things multiple times, just so that I don't have this fear of starting, because it's like every time I'm like, yeah, I'm doing a terrible job, and then it's like, oh, actually, it's not too bad. And let's just I'm going to try and, I've not done very much. Let me try and finish this in the next 5 minutes or so, and then do at least one more piece, quite similar to one of the previous ones. Maybe I'll even try to duplicate both of them. Oh, whoops. I did not mean to do that. Now I've got to, yeah, now I've got to lean into it. I meant to only do the cat so dark. Oh well. Man. That's what you get for distracted drawing. What's this one? Ah, the warm grey. Well, it's a bit late for that one. This one, that one's 60%. That one. Why have I got so many 70% greys? Why have I got two 70% greys? Who needs two 70% greys? I want like 170 and 150. I don't know. Why do I have? Are these really both? Okay. A warm grey 70, a cool grey 60, and a cool grey 70. I think what happened is that I bought a lot of Prismacolors. Sometimes you can get them on a deal if you buy loads of random colors rather than specifying which ones you get. And then it's like, okay, cool, here's a whole bunch of colors. But then you get a bunch of colors that you might not necessarily want, and you might not get the variety that you want. But yeah, that is the nature of these things. That is why, yeah, I've not actually. I think there's only one. I'm sure I think I pretty much always buy my pencils and pens in big packs just to save on costs. And so smear that green. Yeah, let's get some dirty. Let's um let's go back to some brown for the cat. Let's go back to some brown. Yeah. Oh my god, that smells a lot. That's all I'm going to say. Um, just for the confusion, Ticket to Ride Beatles. Oh, yes, that would be so good. Oh my gosh. Getting high off all those fumes. You know what? If I am, fine. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to get marginally high off, as long as it. Okay, let's just scumble it up. Where's my pinky one gone? Let's get a touch of pink on those wee cheeks. Come on. You've got cute cheeks and a wee button nose. There we go. And then let's mix it all up. I'm just going to use this as a dirty marker to kind of mix it all up while the paints are still wet. Not paints, you know what I mean. While the markery thing is still wet. There we go. Yeah, Ticket to Ride. I'm definitely a fan. I think that you know what? I kind of wish if I'd known that I was going to be in Glasgow so long, I would have brought a couple more games. I would have also probably yeah, we finished my City. I'm not going to give spoilers and I know I've had requests to specifically to avoid spoilers, but if other people finished my City, I really liked it felt satisfying at the end. I mean, I've read a few points where some people say that the catch up mechanism was a tad too much, and maybe I should pop that over there, and that it became too hard when you've done it a while, and so like you're better off losing at the start because some of the advantages that you get, and I'm not going to totally disagree with that. It like a lot of games of the ilk, it is very experiential. I'm a big fan of that game. So what else do I do with this? Maybe here we go. French grey 10%. Maybe I want something that's a bit more of a brick beige. Yeah, let's go with that. Why not? That's. I almost feel like. There we go. Where's that yellow? Oh, the cream or light peach. Just a wee bit of maybe highlights. Oh, that was a terrible choice. But I think it's important in art to sometimes allow yourself to make these terrible choices, to say, yeah, that didn't smear the way I wanted it to. And so, yeah, thank you for, being around. And it's been nice. This is the first one of these kinds of solo just talk whilst drawing things that I've done. And it's been nice. I might do this every other week when I'm not chatting to Rita Model, Alan Paul, and Matthew Dunstan. Yeah, those three. And anyone else who comes up. Oh, Ticket to Ride, the Speed Edition. Only. I was thinking Ride with the Y. Is that like reference to Ride of the Valkyries or something? Only one track for ferry from Gosport to Isle of Wight. Bye, Michael. Have a good stream. And yeah, what do I add to this picture? What do I add to this picture? How do I color in this hand? How do I color in this hand? I'm going to stay away from these. I'm going to put them back in my bag. That's how I'm challenging myself today. Um, let me remind myself what the peach looks like. Let me remind myself what these look like. Okay. So I know you get the wee bits on the thing. Ryde is the town on the Isle of Wight. Okay. Thanks for the wee education. There you go. Okay, I guess I might do wee bits of peach just on the as a highlight. Well, that's a wee bit more pink than I thought it would be. Yeah, I feel like it was better before I had added that, and now I am mixing them, not because I intended to, but there, does that work? Does that work? I don't know. I said I was going to try and finish in 5 minutes, and that's been about 7 minutes. I just want to do a tiny bit more to the cat, maybe. I'll just do a wee bit of, there we go. Just a wee bit, I don't know, something. And maybe a tiny, I don't know if this is too dark. I mean, too, in terms of mood, but a tiny bit of red on those teeth, as if it's had a wee nip of something. Does that work? Is that visible? I think it's visible. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I think it's like it's just kind of taken a bite out of your hand. Yeah, that's the story I imagine. Um, Hello, Rob. I hope that you're generally well. Oh, thank you very much. That is lovely of you to say. And thank you very much for the lurk. It is very much appreciated. So yeah, hello Rob. This is me just finished. I'm going to show it to the other camera. There you can see it. That is my cat in an ice cream cone. Oh, thank you very much, Hal. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and draw these a second time in a different manner, quite quickly. So that, and if you can, let me put up the exclamation mark Patreon if someone likes one of these cats enough to adopt one of them, or then for the Patreon. But yeah, let me actually get on track of drawing things enough before you start giving me money, because people have been giving me money and I've not given them cats. I think my cat has given me that "sorry I tried to bite you" look before. Yeah, that's what that says. Maybe I will actually just, I know I said it was done, but where's my fine? Here, just some tiny, I think if I were to do this cat again, I would draw lines for eyes rather than more human eyes. I think I'm going to do that cat again. Just exactly a very similar cat, just with more catty eyes. Okay, so going to do cat, draw another cat. Okay, so let's see how this goes. And then maybe after. And this isn't meant to be better than the other one. It's not meant to be a copy of it. It's just meant to be marginally different. Like, how would I do things differently? Well, maybe there's, maybe it's still, I like the pose. Or maybe it's actually with a nice cream behind it as well, and a flake. Maybe there's a flake. I don't know. There's the flake. Um, for I wonder where the word 99 came from. Like, so that's the flake. There we go. And then in front. I mean, this cat must be actually getting quite cold. I'm just realizing. And then this cat. Let me. This is kind of going to be like. Wait, where am I? What's happening? That's what this cat is going to be thinking. It's like, hey, what's going on with. And is there a wee tongue? I don't know. Is there a wee tongue? Maybe. Yeah, here's the wee cat. And I guess it's looking around thinking, why am I in an ice cream cone? Why am I so small? What is this giant ice cream cone doing here anyway? And so, yeah, that is what this cat is thinking in my mind. Um, well, Stream Elements asks, what are you doing and why? This is this. Yeah, I did right. Oh, I should actually probably. I'm drinking right now, and I'm drinking to rehydrate. I'm drinking to stay hydrated. I'm drinking because I enjoy it, because I think it gives me pleasure, and I'm drawing. I'm drawing. I mean, when you know why you're doing something, it's like, yeah, you can do it better. It's like, am I drawing this for the purpose of gathering a fan base? No. Am I drawing for the purpose of, yeah, sure, I would like it if some people like my drawings. I'm not going to deny that. I would like it if, if one day there's 1,000 people watching this and thinking, yeah, Bez, that's a really cool cats that you draw, then great. But the reason that I draw is, at least with these particular cats, with this particular Patreon thing, it's I'm drawing because I want to allow myself to enjoy it, draw it with a purpose, because I do really need that external motivation, but I'm also drawing because I I want to be allowed to experiment, I guess. I want to be allowed to, yeah, try things. I want to get better. It's about this is most streams, let's be honest, most streams are to a large degree selfishly motivated. Now, I'm not going to lie and say, oh, I don't care what other people think. I 100% do. I very much care who's watching, who's lurking, who's thinks that I'm doing something of value, because one of the things that allows me to kind of find the um, motivation to continue is when I feel like other people are enjoying what I'm doing, and then it's like, yeah, I'm doing something of value, and yeah, I definitely benefit from that external motivation. But yeah. So yeah, if anyone wants to ask me anything, feel free to ask me anything. Otherwise, I'm just going to probably scat for a bit, because otherwise it feels like, yeah, a wee bit awkward. Let me hold something that's a wee bit more similar to a cone. Okay, so just that's my. Is that a bit thicker than a cone would be? It feels like it's a wee bit thicker. Maybe I should, if I want to be a hand model, let me take a wee bit of kitchen roll and do it into the shape of an ice cream cone. That feels about correct. And yeah, that's probably about how much my thumb would be touching the other side. Okay, there we go. So that's my drawing. Um, yeah, and in terms of what we're doing and why, I think this is the central question when you're making a game or when you're watching something. Like, why are you watching? Are you watching because it gives you some enjoyment? Are you watching because you want to support me? Like, yeah, like I'm curious to know, but also for yourself, it's sometimes good to think about these things. Like, why are we doing these things? Because if it's just, you know what, you need a break, you want to have a bit of time off, that is totally fair enough. And when you say, hey, why are you watching this show? It might be like, yeah, I'm watching this show because it makes me laugh. Or I'm watching this show because it makes me smile, whatever. And it feels like being mindful of our reasons can help us generally, and being honest with those reasons. If the reason is, hey, I'm doing this thing because I have to make some money, if I'm doing this thing because I want to have a lot of followers, well, fair enough. And I don't think there should be shame in saying, hey, I want to have a lot of people following me. Like if you're on Instagram because you want to have 9,000, or I think Ross has like tens of thousands of Instagram followers, if that's why you're on Instagram, then, you know, at least now you've identified that reason, then you can do it, if you know what I mean. Feels like, yeah, does that make any sense? Alex asks if I could meet anyone from history or fiction, who would I choose? Oh my gosh, that's a big question. Well, okay, so it's not just about who's got the most knowledge to offer me, it's about who would I like to meet. I mean, I do really like Usagi Ojimbo, okay? So just where's um I'm just going to, this is one that I read recently. Usagi Ojimbo. So yeah, it might look super violent, and Usagi is lives in violent times, but at the same, simultaneously, Usagi is a very gentle soul, and I think it would be really interesting to go into to talk about like this whole feudal Japan. I think that's my first answer when I think about, yeah, who would I like to meet? Like someone who's kind of mellow and who isn't going to kill me, and yet has a different worldview to kind of teach me things. That would be pretty cool. I think this finger's a bit. Let me actually, yeah, about there, and but yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Usagi from Usagi Ojimbo. Um, sorry, I feel like I should have talked about that for a wee bit longer. I appreciate you asking that question, Alex. Yeah, what else can I talk about? Toothbrushes, eh? Do you use an electric toothbrush or a real, sorry, a manual toothbrush? I've been using both this year. I've been pretty much alternating. I do like sometimes using, I think I might be a bit OCD when it comes to brushing the teeth, and if I don't, um, like I kind of count when I'm brushing, like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so it kind of turns into a wee bit of a rhythm. Oh man, my hand's totally changed. Been a bad hand model. Okay, I guess I'm going to change. Yeah, that's actually a better pose anyway. But yeah, well, yeah, manual toothbrush. I like it. That electric toothbrush. I would like it if it beeped like every 5 seconds, just to say, okay, now you can go to the next tooth. That's what I would like, because I worry about the timing. It stresses me out. And ironically, then because I stress out about the timing, in 2020 I ended up like very much not brushing my teeth as much as I should have, and That's not good, but yeah. Anyway, do I have a favorite letter of the alphabet to write or draw? Asks how. Hmm, I don't know. I do not know. What's the letters? I'm thinking E. E kind of shows a lot of the things about the alphabet because with the E, you've got the vertical stroke, you've got the side stroke, and that's kind of going to pretty much show how you've got the L and the F. You're going to use derivatives of the E for that. I mean, E, yeah. I feel like I'm good at an E. I feel like my E's are good, and also with a lowercase e, yeah, I feel like there's. I feel. How can I put it? I feel like I can do a good job. I feel confident in my ability, but it's still not super obvious. So yeah, going to go with E. Oh, as soon as I start thinking, it's like, wow, inking. This is why I need to draw more to get over my fear of this. Um, I've heard some, yeah, but yes, some do, but 30-second mini beep to say boop, and then you need to kind of still do. I mean, I thought it was 5 seconds in each place, so that would be. Is it? Do we have 20/40? So that would be like 5 seconds on these, 5 seconds on these, then 5 seconds on the back, then 5 seconds on the back here. So it's like, yeah, 30 seconds there. So for me, I think it should be about 4 minutes. I tend to brush my teeth definitely longer than the 2 minutes that people say, but it stresses me out if I don't do it very long. So what's going on with this cat? It's like, I've got the cold ice cream next to me. Why am I here? Ah. Hmm. I'm going to, yep, keep that. Maybe I should have made the teeth a wee bit bigger, but hey, I think it's worked. Um, no, that's expression. Hmm. I feel like what I need to do is maybe start doing some more loosening up drawings, like get back into those 5 minute things and do more of those. And yeah, but now I'm there. Let's just do that. Okay, that feels like it's okay. Okay, stretching time. Yo, 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 it's stretching time. New cat's meme says Dutch Yoda, I can has ice cream. Stretchy time, stretchy time. I will stretch in this room of mine. I'm stretching left, I'm stretching right. I'm stretching, I'm not gonna fight. That's why I would, yeah, I mean, Usagi Jumbo would be amazed by all the modern technology we have. Although I think that, so it does also occur to me, would we be able to communicate? I'm going to assume that when there's the question of who would you like to meet, I tend to assume that we are going to be speaking the same language, which is quite an egocentric thing of me to assume, maybe. This phone looks all wrong. It feels like, okay, maybe there. Okay, let's go. And yeah, there. That looks okay. It's not great. It's not terrible. Mm, mm. And do 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 do. Ah, da da dee. Shiramamo nari odore. Daria minadan tirate. Tarafe noroko. Seo tiamari odori. Silamana ma pirakaranti. Sirai noro. Pensa se tu pava dire per amarlo tiranai si paraoa narayomi itarano para paradai Samana Paradisebe Taramana Robaraya. What's my favourite sofa? Asks Alex. Wow. Oh my gosh. Now I'm meant to have an opinion on the. Wow, this is really sticky. I'm probably going to wash. Just listen to that. Can I just. Um, my favorite sofa is one that's long enough, longer than my body, so maybe 2 meters or so long. It's yeah, that's basically what I mainly care about, and yeah, one that's soft but not too sinky, with yeah, not too much space for things to cracks to get dirty. I don't have like I mean, out of the sofas in my life, there's 2 sofas in this house, and there's one sofa in London where I'm paying rent, and there's one sofa in Chris and Nicole's house. I would say out of all 4 of those sofas, hmm, if I had to choose which one's the best, well, the one in Chris and Nicole's house doesn't have arms, which is nice in some ways and not nice in other ways. And yeah, mm, I am going to go with. I'm still going to go with the sofa, even though it does sometimes get a wee bit dirty. The sofa in the house where I stay, because I've slept on it more, and it's kind of facing the projector, so you can lie down on it whilst watching the projector, which is kind of cool. So I'm digging that. Yeah, I like that ability to. to lie down and watch the projector. There we go. Guess that's ice cream is. Guess that line work is kind of done. Is it? Yep, if I'm going to start leaning heavily, I should switch to the bold. Where's my... There we go. What have I got bolds with? Okay, great. I've got a whole bunch of pens. Before I properly checked all my pens, I was worried that I might not have enough for my letter drawing, but apparently I've got 4 of these. And let's me put them up there, and why did I... No. Oh, really? Yeah, great. I guess I took a whole bunch of bold pens. This is amazing. I'm actually quite chuffed with this, because bold pens are my favourite pens too. Because a moment ago I was thinking, oh, I've got to kind of be careful, because I don't want to use all my pens. And so yeah, now it's just like, yeah, boom. I get to use all the pens. I don't even know where the... I thought I had a bold pen a moment ago, but no. Okay, there we go. You have to have arms. Okay, on the sofa. Yeah, it's... I think out of those... The nice thing about it is that that sofa is very long. You can sleep on it. I slept on it one night just because I didn't want to cycle home, because it was very comfortable. It was definitely the most comfortable if you don't want your head propped up, just kind of because the sofa is the longest sofa ever. But yeah, I kind of agree with you that arms are good on a sofa. I feel like I might have thickened that up a wee bit too much, but hey ho. Let me just separate the different depths a wee bit more with this thickness of line. I really love the way that, I mean, with things like the way that you can use a line and then seeing the way that Sakai, I'm not gonna deny my influences, like seeing comic artists when it's like, yeah, you know what, the, the more in the foreground it is, the thicker we're going to draw the line, wee tricks like that, and then having, okay, things in the background that is just isn't really there to draw our eye in the same way, but it provides a wee bit of depth to the image, hopefully. I mean, honestly, I feel like, okay, you know what, I'm going to, if anyone wants any books about programming or animation, programming for Flash 5 and Flash MX specifically, so you can see it's not that useful. But if anyone wants any books about animation, some of those books are pretty good. Or about programming, let me know. I might do something where I go through all the books that I'm getting rid of. I would normally just take them to the charity shop, but hey ho, these are the world days we live in where charity shop might not be something that is actually available. But yeah, if anyone is wanting to get into that, let me know. Let me put that one there and that one. I'm not going to use blue today. Let me make the arms a wee bit darker for this one. yeah, what am I even talking about? What am I even doing here? That's the eternal question, isn't it? It's like, why are we living? What's. Sorry, I don't want to. I'm trying not to go too dark. It's like, in a sense, so I had a chat with a friend on the phone yesterday, which was quite nice. Um, and chatting about how, yeah, whatever we do, it's kind of that is what gives us um, pretty much life is kind of just a continuation of trying to find ways to distract ourselves or trying to find meaning. Like when people talk about the meaning of the life, meaning of life is kind of like the pursuit of the meaning, like the finding joy. Um, I mean, it's a cop out answer and it might be overly simplistic, but it's kind of like, okay, striving for that meaning is what gives it meaning, I think. And, some people find that meaning in moving around. Some people find it in puzzling out a good board game or in designing a board game. Some people find it in making a puzzle. Um, some people find it in doing some sort of drawing. And it's just like, what maybe a feeling of utility, a feeling of sense, a feeling of purpose. I mean, it is something that so many might be striving for, that sense of feeling of purpose. 60% cool. That's card one and a one, one and a one. Ooh, 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 ooh. Mm-hmm. 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 I probably shouldn't sing too much of that melody, unless I was going to do it in some sort of review, like the one that I want, the one that I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's an interesting line, isn't it? It's reaffirming. It's reaffirming you. It's kind of saying, yeah, you are here and you have value to me. You are the one that I want, not anyone else. Yeah, maybe someone else, but you, for now at least. Yes, you are the one that I want. And I don't know, love kind of finding that. I mean, to an extent, it's finding value in like what was that film with the sort of burlesque dancers in Paris, and it's kind of quite surreal with they say at some point, and they've got a version of Roxanne. Do you know the film that I'm talking about? It's like they've got a version of Roxanne. You don't need to put on that red light, Roxanne. And kind of reinterpreting the melodies, and at the end, Moulin Rouge, that's the one. Thank you very much. Moulin Rouge, exactly. Thank you, Alex. So, yes, Moulin Rouge. At the end, I think there's like a song in it which might be the only original song in it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it says what we need is to be loved and to be loved in return. And it's like that is definitely one way to find purpose, to find a sense of, okay, that is what meaning is to me, that is what meaning is to you. And this is what we have managed to do. We have managed to kind of be together for some time. We've managed to come together. It's like having those connections. For me, it is definitely about those social connections. And it's definitely, but then you hear about people who are doing things, and then you think, do I want to distance myself from them? Because if I distance myself from these people, it's like, how else do I find the meaning? And everyone, you don't want to be too quick to distance yourself from people. You want to check that you're not doing something unfairly, but at the same time, you don't want to be protecting someone who did something that you disagree with on a. I mean, ideally, you want to be able to reach out to someone and say, "Hey, this is what I think you are doing something badly," and for them to say, "Oh, wow, well, thanks for mentioning that." But how often is that going to really, yeah, happen in that way? And as soon as you start saying, "Hey, I think you're doing this badly," people get defensive, and then it's anyway. Sorry, I'm getting a wee bit too heavy today. I like the way that's rendered this ice cream. Quite like that. Let me go back to the fine brown. I'm going to do a wee bit more. Maybe I'll do a wee bit of cross hatching. Yeah, it's not great, but it's good. It's okay. And sometimes good or okay is good enough. And yeah, one thing about if I'm playing music, I think it actually works better as I did at the end of my 300th stream, where who was there? Was it Dutch Yoda or no? I think it was Nicholas. Yeah, Nicholas was the one person who was there at the end of my stream 300, and then said that they quite liked my bye bye song for that one before I properly said bye bye. Anyway, if you go and check it out, you can see on the video where I go onto the keyboard, I check it out, I set it up behind me. I would, you know what? I When Ross told me ages ago about using pictures and oh, that poor cat will have a cold bum. Yeah, I agree. But hey, um, go for lunch. Bye, Alex, and I hope you have a good lunch. Um, yeah, I don't know if you're leaving alert, but if you are, thank you very much. If you're not, that's okay. Um, but have a good lunch, eat well, and yeah, have a good time. Lunchy time, lunchy time. It's important that people dine because people need calories. People need bread and toast and things like these. People need calories. People need to eat. Need to eat something, probably not their pickled feet. I don't know anyone who would eat a boiled sun. I don't think anyone would try to take the sun and eat it and stay alive. Yeah, that is that. No, I think Stetler Lumo color. One thing I like about it is that it's trying. I'm not sure it's working, but I'm trying to be a wee bit more geometrical with the ice cream cone to try and get a different texture there. And I wonder if I should do a wash, like a watercolor wash. That could be cool. And then I'm trying to kind of just scumble it in a wee bit more because, like, with the hands, yeah, maybe I should do a wee bit of watercolor. What do you think? Just a tiny bit, just a splash. And then maybe the cat, is the cat a white cat or is it a brown cat? I don't know. And ooh, ha, ho, bam, Bones, John, coming and lurking. Thank you for being here while I'm working. Okay, maybe I will actually um, do some sort of Watercolor, I'm thinking maybe a little bit of superfine, 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 superfine. Okay, so this is the cat. It's a bit surprised. It's like, hey, what's going on here? Maybe the cat. I think what's happening is that, oh man, this is, yeah. Maybe the ice cream's melting a wee bit more. Okay, I think that's where the creases be here, and yeah, you can see how I kind of try to model it off my own hand, but there, that is what I'm doing. Okay, I am going to get some a wee. I'm just getting a wee bit of watercolor because why not? And I think this is actually the first time that I've opened this box. This is a box that I just got because it was ridiculously cheap, and I've no idea if these watercolors will be any good. I'm expecting not, but I guess we are about to find out. I guess I am doing an unboxing of this watercolor that I got from China. I mean, the back of it, it looks like some solid colors. Let me actually take that off for just a minute. It looks like some good colors. I'm excited by this. If it genuinely has all those colors, I probably should use a knife. Let me take these nail clippers that are here, and I've got the wee hooky thing. I'm just going to use this wee hooky thing from the nail clippers to go boom. There we go. Take off the sellotape and there. Oops. I guess. You know what? I feel like all. Yeah. It's. This is quite difficult to get into, honestly. And should I try peeling it down? Yeah, let's see what happens. It's not like I need to cover things. Okay, so the tape is actually sliding off, although it is leaving a lot of sticky residue. I think I would prefer not to have that sticky residue, so I'm just going to put it back on. And yep, it's there, and there we go. Let's get, come on. Come off on this side. Come on on this side. Come on, you cheap bunch of watercolor things. Let's see how good or how rubbish you are. My gosh. I did not think that this is going to be such a physical workout. Pushing it in, and there we go. Okay, finally. And let me bring this back into the stream. So it's got a wee tray. Okay, so these wee bits are quite small. They smell all right. Let's see. Okay, so it's, oh, cool. It's fancy watercolor pens. Let's see. Let me just use it with my normal brush. I've got a brush over here. You probably can't see, but I do have a wee dish. I'm going to pop water into it. Some of my drinking water. And let's me. I like to sometimes do watercolor directly from the paints, just to get a strong pigment. Let's start, and of course you've got to go from the light to the dark. So let's start with that and see how it works. Okay, nice. Yep, I'm liking. That's all right. This paper is probably going to end up rolling a wee bit, but okay, so do 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 do. I hope that everyone is having an okay day. I hope that everybody, whatever you say, is feeling not too terrible. I mean, ideally, I hope, although I don't expect you to be wonderful. I think that maybe you might need a drink. I don't mean alcohol, but maybe water. Mm. I think maybe you need some joy in your life, however that arrives. I hope that you have something nice to do. I hope that you can be not too blue. I hope that maybe you can smile. I hope that maybe you can be not too sad. So I hope my hopes can be bigger by a mile. Yeah, if I had actually done a proper wash, it would have been better. Let me try and do a bit of a faint wash for at least the ice cream. I'm reasonably happy with that colour of skin. Let's go for something for ice cream. I know if I'd really set this up properly, I would be having two little pots. So you really want one pot for adding water for it here, and you want one pot for sort of cleaning your brush. Okay, I like to have a wee bit of a drier brush. And hey, cool. That is approximately the colour that I hoped for. And that is one nice thing about watercolour. So you can't worry too much about these things. It's like, yay, that's what it's turned out. It just kind of comes out how it comes out. You know what I mean? Pretty little mistakes. Yeah, boom. What colour should the nails be? A wee bit pinker, maybe? Maybe a wee bit of that. Wow, that is a very pink colour. That's a bit more pink than I expected. But, um, there. Huh, that looks quite good, yeah. I'm digging it. Okay, maybe like a stronger pink for the ice cream then. Maybe strawberry ice cream, I don't know. Do-do. I am painting. I am painting. Bones John says, at Christmas I gave my sister an adult colouring in book of cute cats swearing. She loves it. I was going to say bubblegum flavour ice cream. Yeah, it could be bubblegum. If you want to pretend that it's bubblegum, am not going to I'm not going to say to you, no, it's not bubblegum. It could be also raspberry sorbet. Maybe it's raspberry sorbet, I don't know. Who really knows? I mean, probably only the person who licks it. And let me go with something. Let me see what color this is. Oh, nice. That's this is. I'm really chuffed with this. This was really cheap. This was on one of those um, Chinese websites, and got it sent over, and yeah, it's so I'm actually quite chuffed with this. Oh no, let's see. Maybe I want tiny bits of blue just at the bottom. I mean, I know that this wee bits of plastic's broken, but who cares about the plastic as long as it keeps all the bits together. And there we go. Now it's more like bubblegum ice cream. It's like all the colours. And maybe a yellow top. Maybe we want a wee bit of yellowness on the top. Okay, let's go with yeah, bit of a fresh yellow. And I'm going to start off with that yellow just to fill in the flake, and then before I give that flake a bit of darkness. Oh, that was a wee bit too much, but let's go with, let's see what this brown's like. Boom. I think this is turning out okay. Okay, let me actually, now I've started, let me get my, this is a folder that I got for free somewhere. I think it contained some sort of I don't know what it contained, but I've got all my brushes in it. I'm going to show you. So those are my, one side's got for pencils, that side's got the brushes. Yeah, I'm going to get a thin brush to have a wee bit more thickness of paints. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Okay, let's see. Oh, that looks alright. Could have done with being maybe a wee bit darker, but hey, it's alright. Okay, what colour should the cat be? I don't know. What colour should the cat be? Maybe the cat should be, I don't know, red, blue, white. Should it be fantastical? Should it be a kind of yellow tabby cat? Maybe orange? I have no idea. It's like, oh my gosh. If anyone has any opinions, let me know. Blue. Okay, let's go with blue. I am listening to you, Bones John. Thank you for being in the audience. And so, yeah, let's start off with spin this round. I'm really chuffed with this purchase. Let's start off with this sort of blue. Okay, so looking at the pack, I guess I've got a lot of yellows, I've got a few oranges, I've got quite a few reds and browns and blues. Yep, just need to be careful of that purple. It's always the purple that you don't get that many of. But yeah, anyway, so blue. Yep, that seems like a good blue. Let's start giving it a quick wash. Oh, I possibly should have. Yeah, you know what it is? It's because I've not erased any of the pencil lines. That's why it's a wee bit grayer than I would like. because the pencil lines are still on the paper. But hey ho, this is just about doing something for the fun of it, and let me. I should have gone back to the slightly bigger brush. Oh no! Oh no! I, my my mind. I just okay. I guess it has to be a slightly brownish cat as well, but with yep. I guess maybe it's just blue because it's so cold. Maybe that's what's going on. Yeah, so it's got like I'm trying to get a bit of room lighting so that I can somehow combine the um, blue and the brown. Let's see if it works. I love old Japanese style art, says Bones John. The black line work with little splashes of black red. No, it's all about the random chat today. It's all about the random chat. When there's no discussion, generally, honestly, when I don't have a guest, I'm just chatting about anything. Unless the title says discussion, then yeah, even when I do have a guest, it's like. So I guess this picture made you think of that sort of ukiyo-e style. Huh. Yeah, I'm like sort of liking the way that it's turning out. Um, Maybe bring a wee bit more brown back into the face just so that it matches the um, okay, I think that's looking okay. I mean, the thing about watercolor is really, if I wanted to do it properly, here's where I would wait for 5 minutes. Okay, stretching time. Side to side. Let me actually stand up. Um, yeah, because sorry, I'm just looking and it's okay. It looks like I've got nothing on in my middle, but totally do. It's just that the camera is cutting me in the middle. Ow! I'm slicing myself through with my mobile phone. But yeah, I should ideally leave this for a wee bit. But I know that if I leave it for a wee bit, I won't have the patience to come back to it. And I want it to be done. I want it to be like just okay, that's what it is, and then it's done for the moment. Do you know what I mean? So there we go, a little splash of that. What colour should the eyes be? Maybe yellow, maybe green, maybe green. Green sounds good to me. And let's go back to the wee brush. Get a wee bit of that, and let me let me really. I'm just going to basically carry the watercolor directly over. Yeah, I think I need to, once this is dry, get a wee bit, finish the iris, the pupil even. Oh, thank you very much, Bones John. That's very kind of you to say. And I'll try and pop that there and do a tiny bit more blue. Do, 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 do. Oh, that might have been a step too much, but let me get a dark blue and try and fill in some shadows if I can.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I am painting a cat in an ice cream. This might now be haunting your dreams. Why is the cat ready to be eaten? This little cat, it is feeling sad and shaken. What's going on? What's going on? I'm worried all about this rhyming song. And so I will very soon end this, so that something else does not go amiss. And I'll. Mm, okay, I'm going to call that done. Yep. Yeah, I like it. I mean, needs a wee bit more pink on the nose, and then I think it will be done. Do those white eyes look okay? Like, I'm thinking maybe a wee bit of blue in the middle. Yeah, I think that works. And I think maybe tiny bit more, just a tiny bit darkness to bring out the eyes, to bring out the chin, to bring out the bottom of the paws and the shadow of the body. And oh, it needs some pink for the tongue. Needs some tonguey pink. Tonguey pink. Tonguey pink. Tonguey pink. Tonguey 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 pink. Hey tongue tongue. Which red? Maybe a red. There. I think that's that. That's the tonguey pink. That's all Spider-Man units. Amazing how things become like parts of our M culture. This is a cutest dessert ever, says Bones John, but it's not practical. Because when you... Yeah, that went off. Anyway, this is basically the end of my stream. I will... How do I do this? Take this out. Oh wait, I've got a meeting in half an hour. Okay, back to Safari. Okay, I think if I do this, you can hopefully see it. Okay. So this is the drawings that I did. That I call it hand holding cat who's shocked to be in an ice cream. This is mischievous cat in an ice cream who wants to eat you. Hello, Panic Games. It is lovely to see you. And this is my first drawing, which is a wee cat with, I don't know, a coffee or something going on. But those are the 3 drawings that I did today. And so, yeah, it is lovely to see you, Panic Games. How are you? Where are you? And what time is it? I hope that you're generally well. If you have any quick questions, feel free to ask me. I'm just at the point where I'm wrapping up. I realised that I had the banner thing coming up all day, whereas I really meant to change it to I am actually doing this.
but I guess it was fairly self-evident. And yeah, I was doing it based on what was deemed popular last time, which was the grey sleeping cat, which was this picture. Um, and so I was basically trying to base it off that picture. And so yeah. Um, oh, thank you very much. It's lovely to hear, and it's 7:30. Nice work. Very early. Maybe you want to get a wee cup of. I still don't know what this cat is having. I like to think it's a magical brew. I don't think it's just coffee. I think there's something extra going on in there. Maybe it's a bit of, I don't know, something effervescent. Maybe it's like, could you have a hot chocolate but with something fizzy in it? What would you even do? Like a hot chocolate with something fizzy in it. That's what that drawing is. That drawing, I'm reasonably happy with that, how that turned out. And yeah, I'm reasonably happy. And I think this is my favourites. I think I'm quite chuffed with how these. Um, to be fair, having said that, this is also the one where I allowed myself to use other colours. Coffee and fairy dust. Oh, good morning. Hello, Monique. It's lovely to see you. Oh, wow, you are up early. What time are you? Also 7:30 a.m. like Panic Games. Yeah, this is what I've been drawing today. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've just been drawing these today. So, I've got a Patreon where so far 3 people support me, and so I've been very far behind. And yeah, I'm going. So that those were some things that I drew. This is very embarrassing to say 2 years ago, and then I had a whole thing, but figured yeah, people are kind of okay with it because people were like, at the £1 a month. But so yeah, it's based. So I started off based on. So it's what I'm trying to do is it's kind of like those algorithmically generated pictures where you click on one and then it comes up with like 10 more. But this is in a very small manual way. Does that make sense? So let me make the things bigger. So this was based on the cat, and I stuck to generally muted tones. So greys and browns and a wee bit of pink maybe. This was based on the cat mixed with the lady and the coffee thing. This was based on the cat and the lady and the ice cream cone because that was also a runner-up. And this was also based on the cat because I wanted to just redraw that picture. And I'll probably redraw this one and do a few variations of these. And yeah, anyway, I'm going to. I said I wouldn't stream on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I'm almost tempted to say that I would. I might. I mean, it's like I've really enjoyed doing this, and so you love. Oh, this one's quite a violent picture. Yeah, this cat is like, haha, I bit you. And it's like, you thought you were going to eat me, but hey, I wasn't an ice cream at all. I turned into a cat and then I bit your mouth when you were. Yeah, that's maybe what. But this isn't violent. Come on, that's not violent. That's not violent at all. And this isn't violent at all. This is just a cat who's shocked to be plucked into a thing. Although it is a wee bit of a weird juxtaposition. You did mean this cat, right? You meant this one, right? You meant this one with the bloody mouth. Is that what you meant? Yeah. The cat that was mugging. The cat made him ice cream. Oh my gosh! You know what? Maybe this cat is a cat that's. This is like the chocolatier ice cream making cat. It's like, okay, I'll get hot brew and some ice cream, and then this one's like, okay, I'm going to have my cat. I've turned into I don't know. Anyway, but it's lovely to see you. Ice cream. Let me actually remove this because my hand is getting sore. Turn that off. Leave. There we go. Stop. It has been lovely seeing you. You tease for the pun. Oh, one day I want to get a pun counter like Monique, and also, if people make puns here, you get the equivalent of channel points. So, oh, thank you very much. But anyway, that is the end. It's a shame to say goodbye just when some of the Americans, it's late enough for you to get up. But this is the wrap up. What have I? Yeah, I've been talking about a lot of things. People have been asking some interesting questions. We talked about my favorite dice mechanism, which turns out to be roll and move, I said. Because, I know it's got a bad rap, but, you've got your ownership. And then you move, and then it's like, hey, I move my finger. It's very clear. It's very basic. I'm not actually a fan of dice. I'd rather do. Yeah, I know that roll and move can be used very badly, but roll and move, yes, it can be used badly, but it can also be used so well. It's like saying, oh, I don't like cards because I don't like Uno. I mean, do you know what I mean? We talked about Ticket to Ride, we talked about painting, we talked about um, working. Hey, I'm back. Phew. Yeah, on my laptop, it's actually quite annoying. If I'm trying to scroll, then it scrolls and then, but if I accidentally do that, then it goes back a page. I don't know how to turn that off. But yeah. Anyway, we talked about so much and it was lovely. I feel mildly accomplished. I did 3 pictures. It took me, what was that? About 2 hours and 20 minutes, maybe, because I wasn't. I'd like to start doing more. Maybe next time I do it in 2 weeks, I will. Yeah, I probably won't. I was trying to do 5 pictures this fortnight and then 5 pictures next fortnight. Realistically, it won't happen. Do I want to just sit and draw one entire day? Maybe. But it's also like, anyway, let's not think about the future. Let's think about the recap. It's been lovely. Then so many lovely people in here. It's been wonderful. Thank you all for joining me. It's been really nice. And I don't know what else there is to say. If you want to check me out, I'm stufferbez.com, stufferbez.bigcards.com, twitter.com/stufferbez, instagram.com/stufferbez, twitch.tv/stufferbez, where I'm streaming. As of next Saturday, I'm going back to streaming every day at 10 a.m. UK time, youtube.com/stufferbez for the older episodes, and stufferbez.com/discord. That will redirect you to my Discord. Now, again, thank you so much, everyone. You have been wonderful. And the final question that I like to ask is, over to you. What are you up to? You can share anything you want to. I had almost forgotten, but I've got my alerts coming up to tell me that I've got to chat to a very special person in 20 minutes. So I'm going to rush downstairs. Maybe I probably should eat something. Maybe some sort of cereal. Maybe some sorts of cheese. Probably cereal. I'll go for the healthy choice this morning. Yeah, let me know what you're up to. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I will be streaming tonight though. So if anyone fancies joining me on Tuesdays, every Tuesday for the better part of a year at 8 p.m. UK time, I stream. Tonight we are streaming a parlor game that I invented called The Most Like a Pineapple. You try to argue why you are the most like a pineapple, and so Afterwards, everyone votes. The person who got the most votes gets a point. Everyone who voted with the majority gets a point. And that's the game. It's really just a chance for us to have a debate and have a conversation about something that doesn't mean anything. That is going to be tonight. And honestly, if you are someone who is open to, who wants to play some fun games, if you've been watching and chatting along, then let me know and it would be fun to have you. It's going to be myself, probably McCall, and probably Molly's F from Flying Leap Games. And so, yeah, one day, Monique or anyone else, it would be super awesome to have you on one of my Tuesday streams. I tend to alternate. So let me actually. I'm going to have to do where's okay, here we go. Bring my share screen back up and get that. Just yep, that works. Okay, so tabletop Tuesday, and today we've got the most like a pineapple. Next week it's going to be simple words games. The following week it's a facts and a half, which is like three truths and a lie but simplified. And then balanceable the next week, the fourth week. That's going to be my monthly plan going forwards. So first week is debates. Second week, simple word games. Third week, lying or not. Fourth week, slightly more complicated word game. And fifth week is a wild card. And so, yeah, let me know if you are up for joining that. And, oh, that would be awesome. Thank you, awesome. So, like, that will be in 7 hours' time. So, please, lots of love. And, yeah, what are you up to? What are you doing? Firstly, thank you so much for saying that. That's very kind. Bones John wants to see if anyone wants some games on Board Game Arena today. Well, if anyone watching this wants to play some games on Board Game Arena, then let us know and maybe share your gamer tag thing. My tag on Board Game Arena is Stuff by Bez, but it has spaces, so it's Stuff space by space Bez. And I am probably not up for anything on Board Game Arena today because I've got a busy day of stuff that I'd all actually forgotten about. But if anyone else wants to arrange that, then go for it. And I hope that you manage to have fun. Oh my gosh. Well, before we finish up, I guess, yeah, if anyone wants to say anything, then go for it. Otherwise, thank you everyone for watching. You have been awesome. This has been me. I have been Bez. Feel free to share and spread the word. Otherwise, yeah, whatever you're doing today, whether you're eating something, enjoy that food. Like, enjoy it. Eat it with gusto. Enjoy the taste. If you're playing something, then I hope that you enjoy it. If you're reading something, I hope that whatever you're doing, you're able to find a wee bit of joy in it. Share, spread the word. If you've enjoyed this, then let people know. Like, if you think that someone else would enjoy being part of the game or tonight, then let them know. If you think, oh, I should actually say, when am I next streaming in the morning? I'm taking a 3-day break. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, once again, please do not come and expect to see me. I'm definitely going to be sleeping. Saturday, I am meeting Jess Elizabeth, which is going to be good fun. Sunday, I'll be doing a long ramble about Flea. And that is me. So that is that. John Argles, there we go. Bye, Hal. It is lovely to have you. Thank you so much. And there is only one thing left to say. Oh, first I need to check where we're reading. Idle Michael is on. What is Michael up to? I mean, let me pop into. Someone can vote. Shall we go for a musician or should we go for Michael? I feel like I really like Michael, but I don't want to do that every single day. Um, let's read Idle Michael and then I'll skedaddle because I'm not going to be around. But if you like people who make board games and talk about board games and are willing to basically say anything, then definitely check out Idle Michael. And this is my raid message, so feel free to copy paste some or all of that into Idle Michael's chat when we get there. And that is the end of my stream. The only thing left to say is, of course, bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye, everyone. I hope you have a good day. Bye bye, 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 bye bye. Okay, bye bye.